Gary, you've got a Rotary moment for us today.
I do. During the political season, you have all kinds of political candidates who want to come to the Perry Rotary Club and talk. But what we end up doing here at the Perry Rotary Club is really left up to us as a club. However, Rotary International requires only that clubs not endorse candidates or take sides on public issues. Y'all need to remember that. The political part of Rotary, though, has been debated for the past 100 years, over and over. But eventually it was decided that clubs should educate their members on local political issues and that individual members should do with that information as they see fit. 100 years later, that's what we've been doing at Rotary. So we're non-political. Thank you.
So, fella, you want to give us an update on the speech contest?
I will. I was not there, but I want to thank Joe Brownlee for accompanying our student to the Rotary speech contest. I heard he did quite well and came in second. So 2nd out of 7. So 2 years in a row he's been second. Maybe third year will be our turn.
We need to check, see if there's any local bias going on. Because there's Fitzgerald person won last year, wasn't it?
I do not know.
I think it was. So we need to see. Not saying that that would happen. I sent out a notice about the margarita makeup this Thursday at El Bronco and Warner Robins. I think that was 6 o'clock. Is that right? I don't remember. It was on email that I sent out. I forwarded everybody the Rotary newsletter that came to me today. Do y'all get that anyway? Or okay, so I'll quit doing that. Sorry. Strahd, are you done with tickets?
I'm pleased to announce that we have finally sold all the raffle tickets for the district client.
Okay. So we did our 50 plus 20, so we ought to be in good graces for the ones of us that go to the district convention, which is coming up in May, right? In Savannah. And everybody that was here last week should have gotten a card. If you didn't get a card, Mike has some more, just little reminder cards, and it's on the website to go register for that. It's a good time, and Perry's well received, like I said last week, because we do all the door prizes, so everybody's happy to see the Perry Club members, and they actually say nice things about us and everything, mostly about Mike.
But if you can't have fun in Savannah, you're not trying.
And let me tell you, Mike's a completely different guy when you get him away from Perry.
I know y'all don't believe this, but if you get me away from home, I'm actually fun. Imagine that.
It's only true, and I can attest to it. So Ben, finish out the announcements with the membership update.
Yeah, today is the last day for the March Madness Rotary membership drive. I think I've got a lot of the scoring done. You've got the word sheets here, or the score sheets. If you want to write down somebody you've invited, that'd be great. Or send me an email. I am trying to get like a final number of like who all's been invited. If you got a name, it'd be good for just documentation purposes. That hey, we invited this many people. We had this many come. We have gotten just real good response from the group. So again, thank you for that. Next week I'll have the final results.
Okay.
I'll stop harassing you every week.
And just so you know, if you've got a good guest that came that's a good prospect for membership, if we can go ahead and get that application in and take action on it by next Monday, then we actually get counted toward points. So we've got 2 in process now. We get 2 or 3 more, that'd be great. But anyway, thank you, Ben, for taking that on. And it has been March Madness, right?
That's right.
Okay, well, Philip, I'll turn it over to you to introduce our speakers then.
Today we've got Mitch Hambrick and Todd Barker with us from Ecovasive. Mitch was born and raised in Dooley County and graduated from Georgia Southern in '96. Worked for the Xerox Corporation in sales from '96 to '01. He managed Icon and Rico USA from '01 to '04, and in '04 began working with Sharing Plow Pharmaceuticals until 2009. He then started House and Medical Equipment provider for CPAPs and oxygen, mainly focused on the Air Force bases in Georgia. He sold his business and started MedSource, a medical solutions company with 15 reps in the Southeast. And MedSource is still a leader in providing ancillary services to physicians and healthcare facilities. And this has led to another startup venture called Ecovasive. Ecovasive is an infection control company focused mainly on healthcare, but has strong benefits to school systems, municipalities, and agriculture. His partner is Todd Barker, a lifelong resident of Perry. He graduated from Perry High School, went on to graduate from the University of Georgia, spent the last 25 years in long-term health care and assisted living industry. He married his high school sweetheart Lisa, and they have 2 children, Ethan and Andrew. So Todd and Mitch Hambrick.
So it's been a while since I've got up in front of a group. So hopefully we can get through this. Yes, so MedSource has led to a lot of medical solutions. And about 3 months ago, he's been working now. About 3 months ago, I bumped into an old fraternity brother of mine at Mellow Mushroom, and he asked me what I was doing, and I told him MedSource and blah, blah, blah. He says, well, I want to talk to you. Some of y'all don't get pens, you get magnets. So I want to talk to you about what I've got. And I said, well, what is it? I'll do this later. He said, I've come up with a patent, a product, a solution, a botanical. And I said, that's nothing new. He said, the way I've got it is new. So we spent about a month and a half learning about the product, and to the point where I asked Todd to come on and let's partner up on this because it's a little bit bigger than what I can take on. So the company, the product, although it's made up of a couple of different things, is called Pervasive PPS. So the advantage that we have now with a new way of cleaning or disinfecting or killing germs or killing bacteria, and it kind of reminds me of Ghostbusters. So we have an electrostatic backpack. Now that's nothing new in the painting industry, but with killing germs and bacteria, it's brand new. Because what this will do is put a positive charge onto a neutral surface. And again, I'm going to try to keep this 8th grade because that was about as much as I learned in physical science. So I'm grounding myself to keep the product from coming back. I'll get to what's in here in just a few minutes. Completely safe. So I'm taking this and putting a positive charge everywhere. On that camera, TV, doesn't matter. Okay? So what I've done is fully enveloped this whole area. Behind the TV, behind touch points, wherever. So in a hospital setting, instead of the mops spreading MRSA and staph throughout the whole facility, you're now killing it completely. In gyms, we're going to spray the gym, the facility here, and the locker room. So, on to the second piece of it. That was pretty cool, right? I mean, that's a pretty cool device. I sprayed my garage with it yesterday in hopes of keeping out some bugs. So this is Pervasive PPS, photocatalyst protected sealant. That's what I just put on this wall and carpet and the TV. So it's going to sit with a 90-day residual. So I have staff. I walk over, hit the keyboard, we're operating on somebody, whatever. I don't take my gloves off, do whatever, skip a step. I put staff on that keyboard. Well, guess what? It's not there because the PPS is still killing. So that's the magic of the patent. So the backpack, although great technology, you can buy these anywhere. Truthfully, he's got a patent right, my fraternity brother, and now our partner. But this is the magic. So after that's put down in a school system, twice a year, school buses, where touch points, bathrooms, locker rooms, come back with a botanical disinfectant, which is also in here. But that's when the cost goes down for people that are buying this product. So now you've got a 90-day residual on the surfaces, and you're coming back with a botanical disinfectant that's going to mark 15 years, nothing new. But you're putting it through a backpack. So now your schools and hospitals, they can continue wiping and cleaning with Clorox. I mean, I never believed anything would clean unless I could smell it, like Clorox. The problem with Clorox, you've got to put it down every day. And you've got to put it in every corner of everywhere, or it's going to come back. So that's the magic. This is the magic sauce, if you will. And Todd, how many steps have I skipped? Probably 4 or 5?
Couple with
I'll probably let you go. So what else can go in here? So we have the PPS, we have a yellow. If you look on the back of this sheet, there's 3. But so you have the yellow is the botanical disinfectant, the red is the C. diff formulation. So it kills C. diff. So if physicians in the room, you'll know C. diff will sit over there and hide and look around, and all of a sudden they come back out again. That's why it's so hard to get rid of. This is what, and on the back there's all the pathogens that it will kill. You'll see avian flu for chicken houses. They're spraying chicken eggs in Gainesville now. The eggs have all hatched. They're seeing it now. They're sending the shells off to see if the bacteria is growing. I haven't heard back yet, but I'm kind of anxious about that because chicken houses are another market. Prisons for C. diff, hepatitis, norovirus, HIV, type 1, any type of surface pathogen. Staph and MRSA, we already talked about. So this is everything it'll kill. And there's also a bed bug form that goes in here. So now you're talking about spraying hard surfaces, yes, but cloth. Spray a curtain, whatever. It takes 20 washes to get it off. Okay? What that helps is for killing the eggs, because that's the main problem with that bugs. Any questions so far? Is everybody asleep?
What's PPS stand for?
Photocatalyst protective sealant. It's light activated. So it works well in the hospitals and house, and then we also have the UVs that are, and it works. The ultraviolet rays, but it doesn't get behind that table. It doesn't get behind here. So any shadow is still eroded. So it works well with that. You're not getting off this easy.
You're covering it pretty good.
No questions? Any questions?
How does it last 90 days?
How does it last? Well, that's the magic, the patent. We don't know. It's got the main ingredients of titanium dioxide, silver citrate. There's a magic in there. It's like the Coke recipe. I don't even know. But there's proof. We have 5 case studies, which include, what's this? Microphone. Got this ruined out. Okay.
You just bought it.
Did I buy it? So yes, it's some kind of a magic little patent. They won't tell us, but case studies, we have 5 of them. We have some hospitals, we have some school systems, mainly private schools up in the Atlanta area. There's a study at Georgia Tech shows the residual up to 6 months, but nobody's really going to believe that. We think we're going to stick with 90 days. You'd have to strip the floor to get it off, or paint over the school system. Didn't realize House County paints their schools every year. The walls, it's kind of odd, I didn't know that. As soon as you paint over it, yeah, you have to reapply.
Do y'all do the application, or do you just sell the stuff in the pack?
Both. So what we're looking at is if you have, I think it's 3,500 square feet or more, the threshold, the balance there is you probably need to buy the backpack from us and the chemical or botanical, you do it yourself. If it's, and probably 5,000. If it's below that, yes, we can come out. We think this is going to be good for a lot of OCD type people like me or germaphobes. And I'm starting to become a germaphobe the more I look into this. It's odd. Bowling balls and buffets. And I mean, it's kind of creepy out there. Anyway.
Is that why you want to go first? Back here?
Some of you don't feel it. Yes, we can provide the service. I think my point was, I think it's going to be a household item. Maybe not everybody's going to have a backpack in their house, but there's going to be some electrostatics spraying for. My kid came home with a virus with the flu. Well, here goes the Lysol can. Guess what? It sits there for a little bit and it's gone. But if I spray them all the house, pretty interested in that.
What do you just spray the kid?
I've seen the guy gargle with this.
Then he can go anywhere. It's a lot cheaper to spray the
Spray that before it goes out.
What about food service establishments?
Perfect for it. If the cover, before that food was prepped out there, it would be perfect to come right on over it. Not a problem at all. Cafeterias or schools, anything. It's all natural. It's all organic. Which is the tough sell, because I'm saying about, 15 years ago, botanical does, botanical green, that's not killing anything. But it's putting a citrus food source out there for that bug. So it's they're chewing on that, and the silver ions kill it. That's kind of the magic there.
How much would it cost to have your house sprayed?
I don't know yet. Each one of these gallons will cover 7,500, they say 8,000, I'm always conservative, 7,500 square feet. And this is $400. So, just have $200, half of that.
So if you were to buy the machine and everything, what's that cost?
The machine's $4,000, and worth every penny, because it's, mostly during the leases, they're all replaceable. You drop this piece right here, outside of the break, so it's all replaceable in the lease program for school systems, hospitals, and whatever. Personal household, you just call us and we'll spray it. We have emergency system service. We're actually going to reach out to a lot of the local fire departments. They have a lot of time on their hands. They're very responsible. They're used to toting things around, and we're looking at that. That's brand new for us.
You thought about like contracting out with a bug control, pest control solution or something?
Another great friend of mine is Knox Pest Control in Columbus. And they're looking at all types of avenues for this, especially bed bugs. You know? I told you, see, I skipped the step. Mold and mildew is how this kind of came about. So the friend I was talking about that came up with it, they were in the mold restoration business, mold mitigation. We gotta have a residual, or we're just like everybody else. So that's when they came up with it, so the mitigation company. But by the way, it kills pathogens. That's how this all came about. That's why we're so excited about it. It's brand new. It's brand new.
And I'll say, listed down here, does it work on parvovirus?
Yes, and kennel cough. Now, although kennel cough is a respiratory type thing, but if that dog sneezes on the surface and the DBS is there, the other dogs are not going to get it. Just breathing through the intake, and spray your stuff to the air conditioning unit, the filter. We're going to help the filter, and it'll cut down on it. And we've got a cost for that. We've actually done one here locally as well, as far as presenting it.
Y'all talking about running this stuff up?
Your house is too big to spray.
Oh, it is. What happens if you drink this stuff?
Sir?
What happens if you drink this stuff?
Don't drink it. I've seen them gargle with it. Don't drink it.
What's with the grounding?
That's actually not to keep it from getting shot, it's keeping the product from coming back on me. So as long as it's touching skin. And they really got to develop. I think it has some upgrades. But this usually goes around your foot and into your sock. I'm just too lazy to do that. It's not to keep it from getting shot, it's just to keep it from coming back. You're going against the force of gravity with this, too. That's how we do it, going against the force of gravity. That's what
I just cannot, we have to be careful about living in a purely germ-free environment. That's not right either. I mean, there is a powder. Can be an epidemic in your house. Spray your house. You certainly need to spray your hospitals. I mean, really, how many epidemics of dogs have you had in your?
Well, we do see, like Brian was talking about, Florida and kennel cough.
We're gonna be spraying the, you know what the dirtiest part in the house, I think? You know, the TV control thing. We gotta spray it all the time and.
Phone receiver.
we sell bottles too. Yeah, we're not close to the hotel, right, and things like that.
At the hospital, they
One
use it.
Ziploc.
Have our hospital, they use it.
That's what I hope you were here for.
Oh.
I spread the news.
Hospital doesn't have a contract with you yet?
Not yet.
Why don't you do this before next Wednesday, because I'm gonna need.
You don't like 30% infection rate?
We don't have that infection rate.
Huh?
Like, I'm not sure, we don't have a 30%.
Not necessarily this hot. I wasn't talking about locally. They're out. Yeah, I'm getting mine.
That's a serious issue.
Yeah, I'm gonna look into, you need to look into lipogems. Because I'm getting ready to do mine, and it's stem cell. Supposedly grows back a rotator cuff in 3 weeks.
My wife did.
I'm looking forward to it.
My wife's been a stem cell.
Okay, cool, all right. I got sidetracked. So, epidemic, as far as killing off all the germs, like resistance. Yeah, I mean, I've been taking antibiotics for staph for a long time. They're here, I'll get staph fairly easily. So you have resistance. You know, just people don't prescribe the high antibiotics, they'll go with Bactrim or whatever, because everybody's kind of scared of resistance. What are we gonna do when everything's resistant to this? So, some germs are good to have. But with this case right here, you're gonna kill everything.
How long has it been in the market?
Well, the silver citrate's been around for over 15 years, but PPS is this year. And it's a startup. What we typically do for a hospital is come out and do for free, or the school system, for free. And we'll do swab cultures in some of the nastier areas you're talking about. We swab, put it over here, send it to the lab, we treat the same day, we'll come back 3 weeks later, and it will show no growth.
Let's see, in medicine, we usually kind of evaluate something after a study for a period of time that there is no effect in humans or something else, so it takes a while to do that. We just embrace something and we kill Jim's system.
So each product is EPA registered, FDA registered. The only one that's not EPA is the PPS, but pretty much everything in it is the other items I'm talking about, which are EPA registered. The magic sauce doesn't have to have a kill chain, so they didn't go after the EPA number. Of course, if they did that, they opened up the whole patent and then would have everybody back. I'm out of breath. What else you got? We good? Time to be good?
Yeah.
So, I appreciate y'all, and Phil, thanks for letting us come out here. I know y'all, and even Mitch Hambrick, oh my gosh, what's he gonna sell us, try to sell us today? What I really want to try to sell you on it, I wanted you guys to know what's available out there as far as a new way to clean and disinfect. It's safe, it's effective, and I think a lot of people haven't looked into it yet, but they will. Especially police cars. Used cars. Used cars coming in on the lot. Get that smell out of them? Perfect. I'll be out there tomorrow.
Any more questions? Thank you.